Have you ever had a feeling, a whisper in your chest, that something was true, long before you could explain it? Carl Jung once said, "Intuition is perception through the unconscious." But what he never published, what many of his students quietly removed from his lectures, was a theory that female intuition is not just instinct. It's the bridge between the seen and the unseen. Tonight, we open Jung's private notebooks and uncover the forgotten psychology that explains why women often know, before anyone else, what the world refuses to see. In 1932, Jung wrote about a pattern he observed in hundreds of female patients. He noticed that women often dreamed, sensed, and acted from symbols long before those symbols appeared in their conscious lives. He called it the lunar function, a form of intelligence that doesn't reason like logic, but reflects and receives meaning like the moon reflects light. This wasn't superstition. Jung believed this intuitive capacity was the feminine counterpart to the masculine, solar mind, analytical, goal-driven, and outwardly focused. But when World War II erupted, psychology turned toward measurement and data. The feminine side of the psyche, the intuitive, the symbolic, was dismissed as irrational. And Jung's theory was quietly forgotten. Jung's deeper insight was radical. He wrote that women possess an inner compass guided not by reason, but by resonance. When a woman feels something is off, she's not guessing. Her unconscious has already processed thousands of subtle cues. Her nervous system reads tone, micro-expression, emotional temperature, and archetypal energy, faster than words can describe. Jung saw intuition as the language of the unconscious feminine, expressed through dreams, gut feelings, and synchronicities. He warned, when a woman is told to be reasonable, she cuts herself from that ancient intelligence. And over time, she becomes anxious, disconnected, and unsure of her truth. The science and symbolism. Modern neuroscience now confirms what Jung intuited a century ago. The female brain has more active connections between the left and right hemispheres. Logic and feeling communicate more fluidly. Women's intuition isn't magic. It's a biological symphony of empathy, memory, and emotional intelligence. But Jung went further. He said intuition is also archetypal, inherited memory from the collective unconscious. That's why women across cultures share similar symbols in dreams: water, mirrors, moons, serpents. They represent the eternal feminine intelligence, reflective, emotional, deeply connected to life itself. When suppressed, it doesn't vanish. It hides in anxiety, overthinking, or physical exhaustion. The shadow of suppressed intuition. Jung warned that when female intuition is ignored, it turns into the shadow mother, over-controlling, anxious, or self-doubting. A woman who no longer trusts her inner voice becomes vulnerable to manipulation. By lovers, by systems, by fear. He wrote, "When intuition is denied, hysteria takes its place." But the truth is, that hysteria is simply the psyche screaming to be heard. The modern world trains women to justify everything, prove everything, and rationalize emotion. But intuition doesn't live in proof. It lives in quiet awareness, in the soft voice that says, "Something isn't right," or "This is your path," long before logic catches up. The awakening. Reclaiming intuition. Jung believed that when a woman reclaims her intuition, she becomes whole again. He called this individuation, the process of uniting reason and intuition, mind and body, light and shadow. It doesn't mean rejecting logic. It means letting intuition guide it. Women who listen to that inner pull often find synchronicity follows. The right people appear. The right moments align. Because the unconscious starts working with them, not against them. That's the true feminine genius. Invisible, instinctive, and impossible to measure. So the next time you feel that quiet signal inside, that whisper you can't explain, pause before you dismiss it. Jung's forgotten theory reminds us that intuition isn't a superstition. It's a sacred technology, the wisdom of your unconscious speaking to you in symbols and sensations. You don't have to understand it instantly. You only have to listen. Because every time you do, you bring a little more of the lost feminine mind back to life. And maybe, just maybe, That's what Jung was really trying to tell us.